What you get when a website builder and a synthesizer have a baby? You get something a little bit like this. And today I'm going to show you exactly how I did this by combining some of the stuff I used to do when producing music with synthesizers with websites. This is a real web page that's live now, which I built, and this is still in progress. So I built this when I needed a sign up page for a workshop I'm doing in a couple of weeks. And if you've done my Thought tool, you'll have seen me playing around with particles before. But what I wanted to do was change the interaction pattern. So in the Thought the interaction, it is interactive. But let me show it to you. Build.mikemonday.com. So in the Thought exercise, the cursor and the words here are what the particles interact with. And as you go through the Thought the particles look different, and they're meant to reflect the feeling of actually doing the exercise. So these are just instructions, and at the moment these particles are kind of dissipated and sort of quite random. And through the exercise, they kind of get clearer and brighter, and they converge and make all of these amazing patterns, which is meant to reflect the meaning of the exercise. With the page here, what I wanted to express was much more a kind of a feeling of flow, because this workshop is about getting stuff into the world, about the creative process being like getting into flow, allowing it to come out, release, and as you can see, that's really what these kind of particles are doing here. That's what it's meant to be expressing. I mean, one of the things about web design that I think, or just about these kind of cool things that you can do here, because as you can see, the particles don't interact with the cursor here. They're just kind of doing their own thing, but they are interactive in a way, because as you scroll the page, they're being affected by something or other, right? So it's not as direct as the cursor. It's not like you're playing with your thoughts exactly, like in the Thought exercise, where they're your thoughts, and it's almost like you have somewhat more control over them, somewhat. In this, it's almost like you're a participant in the process rather than being kind of the director of the process. And that's really what this is meant to express, if you like. Because with any kind of cool looking stuff like this, flashy stuff like this, it being there for its own sake isn't enough for me. There needs to be a reason, a purpose behind it. It needs to actually express something. So you can make these particles interact with various different things. So what I decided to do was create these pins. So initially, the green things here are attractor pins, and the red ones are repeller pins. Okay, so the particles are attracted by the green ones and repelled by the red ones. So obviously I've put the red ones over the copy because, we don't want too much interfering with what people have to read. It still has to be a usable page. And by the way, this isn't quite working because I want them to come a bit more over to this side. So I've obviously made the attraction too strong here. So let me just see if I can sort that out. So I've selected this pin. Oh, that's why. And maybe I've got to select this one too. You see now it's coming over here. Brilliant. So, and by the way, this over here, this control chip is something that I've been designing, which is it's a little bit like a modular synthesizer in that you can select various different modules and put them together. It's still a bit of a mess at the moment. I'm still working on making it better. Oh, I see. So, and what I got from the synthesizer thing was I decided to create modulation. So with synthesizers, you can affect a sound wave with various different modulation sources. So I decided to add these things called LFOs, low frequency oscillators, which have different shapes. So down here, we've got sine, triangle, square, and saw LFOs. I've got 2 of them. I can add more LFOs if I want. And what I've done is I've assigned these different controls to do with what the pins are doing. So the strength of the pull or the repel, how much it spins the particles around, and also the size of the pins. You can see them going up and down, is affected by the LFO. So I can change it to LFO A or LFO B. So let me just show you quickly. I'm going to change it to LFO B, and then let's turn up the speed of LFO B up here. See? So what does that do? Let's just close this for a second. See, that's not doing very much at the moment because I've not changing the... Let's put this in the middle. Oh, maybe it's this. And I'll just turn up the strength of the pull, so it pulls some more over here. There we go, it's starting to pull some of those. And I mean, this is one of the problems with doing this, is that you could end up spending an enormous amount of time just fiddling around. Oh yeah, there you go, it's starting to pull those things over here. So I'll turn down the strength of this one as well. Right, so you can get these really... I'll slow down that a bit. Slow down a bit. There we go. So essentially, I've taken an idea that I got from music production, synthesizers. And I mean, you know, to be honest with you, the whole of this control chip and other things as well, it's very, very similar to a synthesizer. I mean, to be honest with you, this is a bit of a mess. I mean, look at this. It's flicking all over the place. It's like, it's too small. I can't really see the stuff. It's a bit of a mess. But the idea is this control chip has a catalog of various different controls that I can do, and I can assign these controls to these slots, and I can actually change what they are. So I could turn this into, you know, bananas. If I had a bananas control kind of category, and then I can add these various different things to. So if I add all of these to the bananas area somewhere, it should work. Maybe that didn't work. Maybe it turned it off. It's not going to work now, is it? Hang on. There we go. At the top here. Bananas. Yes, there it is. So you can see here that all of those are now in the bananas area, right? And so it's like I've taken a sort of pattern from synthesizers, and I'll shut down the thing so we can see what it does now. Turn off the high pins. So I've taken an idea from making music, from how synthesizers work, you know, modular synthesis, and I'm applying it to web design or whatever you call this. And I'm doing it for a purpose because I want it to feel like flow. I want this page to feel like what will happen when you start using the build machine, which is my system for building stuff. Now, really, the point here, what I'm trying to get across here, is that now that building things is something that anyone can do, and now that writing code, actually generating code, is very, very cheap. It's been commoditized, essentially. That is unlocking various different things. Number one, it's allowing people like me in various different areas to take ideas from where they've come from, because I was a music producer and a DJ and then music coach for years, and bring them into this other medium, right? And combine things, therefore coming up with something new, and I think pretty cool. That's one thing. And that is going to happen more and more. It's not just me, right? I'm sure there are going to be people watching this, and you may well be one of them, and you're already doing it in your way too. That's one thing. The other thing here is just the excitement that I feel when I realize that now that actually writing code is so cheap, this is showing something that I've been thinking for a long time about AI. When you remove the how, it gives the human mind more space for the why and the what. So what I mean by that is, okay, writing code, actually writing lines of code, and I've got nothing against that as an activity. I'm sure there's art to it and it's wonderful. But actually writing lines of code is how, right? It's a howy thing, right? And if a human has to spend or does spend a lot of time becoming an expert in that, they, necessarily they can't spend as much time thinking about other areas. For example, why am I doing this? What is this expressing? Right? Because so much effort has to be put into the how. Right now, here, what I've done with this and the Thought-nado, because I don't have to think about the how, I'm just thinking about what I'm expressing. Why are these particles doing this? This is expressing what I'm trying to help people do in the build machine. Feel flow in the creative process and release these wonderful things into the world. So that's the why. And the what is, well, I want to make it look cool and for it to be, functional, for these particles not to kind of cover up the copy and for it to still be clear, right? And this is what I mean. We've got a whole, so many people are now being unlocked with this. It's not a new medium, but for us, it's a new medium. We now have access to it. That is going to just blow up what people do. I cannot wait to see what people do with this. Or people, I can't wait to, it's like almost nothing has been created yet in this medium, right? And, the other thing is that just generally, if when we can spend less of our time doing the howing ourselves, that's going to mean more time for purpose, for new exciting things and ways of expressing that purpose. And while there's a lot of terrible things going on in the world, while there's a lot to be frightened of, that at least brings me hope and a significant amount of joy. And obviously, I did this because of this workshop. So if you're a builder or you want to be a builder and you want to be able to build things like this, better things than this, things that express something that you want to express, that deliver value in the way that you want to express them, then come to this free workshop. It's a Zoom workshop on Thursday, the 6th of August, if you're anywhere but this side of the world, Australia and New Zealand. This page, it probably won't look exactly like it when you get to it, but it's at workshop.mikemonday.com. Sign up there. We're going to go through, I'm going to introduce you to the build machine, which has 3 different stages: dream, develop, and distribute. And I will take you through an actual exercise which will help you answer 3 of the 11 questions that you really need to answer to build a business with these new tools that we now have. So if you're interested in that, click the link in the description, sign up. If not, onwards and upwards.